What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know this is a different video and we are in my office, but I wanted to talk to you and kind of answer the biggest question that I've gotten on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube about why I'm framing this home with no rafters. I'll put a picture up here on the screen of the home. You can see it looks like a Monopoly house, as Matt Risinger would say, or it's kind of a, I don't know, I forgot what the other word is for it. But basically, there's a couple reasons why I'm not framing it with Rafter Tails. So you can see here in the picture, I can zip my system all the way from my walls to my roof. So there's no seam when it comes to Rafter Tails. If you look at this diagram that I'll put on the screen here, you can see where the Rafter Tails come off of the top plate of your walls. Now, this is a different diagram explaining other things, but if you just look at the tails sticking out past the top plate, you can see that every 16 inches, every 24 inches, every 19 and 3/16, whatever your spacing is for your rafters, there's a gap technically that's going to be sticking out past your top plate. Where every member comes together on framing, there's a gap. And if it's a gap where your sheathing is going to have a gap as well, then there's more gaps. So the more things that stick out, I mean, it would be like having a boat and then drilling a bunch of screws through that boat. Even though you leave the screws in there and technically it's not going to sink right away, water is going to leak through there over time as it sits in that space because there are seams that aren't perfectly sealed around those screws. That's the same thing with a rafter tail. No matter how well you seal it, there are still going to be little small air gaps for air, water, potentially bugs to get through. So by me framing this home with no rafter tails, that eliminates every seam, which is basically in 2 seams between each rafter. It eliminates all that. I can zip tape my roof decking to my wall sheathing to give an entire envelope of this house. Therefore, only leaving my open spaces in this home, the windows and doors. So if you look at this screenshot I have here, you can see the amount of energy that you lose through different portions of the house. You can see that you lose potentially maybe 5% through the ceiling. You lose 17% through framed walls. So that means, you know, your 2x4s, your ceiling from your weather barrier exterior to your interior studs, the gaps between your insulation and your studs. There's always a seam because you're insulating in between stud bays. So there's a seam, again, just like your rafter tails. There's 2 seams, 2 gaps potentially in between each stud. So you lose energy there. You lose about 1 through your basement floor, 3% through doors, 16% through windows, 20% through the basement walls, and then 38% through cracks in the walls, windows, and doors. So when we zip tape our walls to our roof system, we eliminate a ton of that leakage through the attic space. And I'll put a screenshot up here of a video that Matt Risinger did where he was showing you the amount of heat that is coming through the rafter area where your rafter tails stick out past your top plates. That's the same situation when you reverse it into the winter. That's where your heat is going to be escaping. So at that point in time, you can realize that these rafter tails have actually been a huge problem since the beginning of building and potentially could be a solution to saving yourself energy. Now, the way I look at things is there are a lot of things that you can make your home more efficient, right? There's $1,000 million you could spend to make your house perfectly efficient. I try to pick things here and there to try to maximize my efficiency of my home without just breaking the bank. So by eliminating that gives me one bonus of just taking away some of the leakage through those rafter tails sticking out. The second portion is this gives me the ability to insulate my home through the exterior. So from the walls to the roof, I can have a rigid foam insulation from my walls all the way up to my roof. So I can connect my wall insulation to my roof insulation, which means that I have 100% of my exterior part of my home, excluding windows and doors, insulated with rigid foam. That gives me R value behind studs where insulation on the interior can't go, all the air gaps between studs where the insulation may not fully reach, and a ton of other benefits of just keeping hot from coming in, keeping cold from going out. It gives me an entire blanket. So that's kind of the 2 biggest values of not having rafter tails is one, getting the leakage that happens on your rafters in that top plate when it meets the roof framing system, eliminating that leakage there, and also giving me the ability to insulate from walls to roof with no gap. So those are the 2 major benefits of doing that. I think it's one of those things where it's easy to do framing. It doesn't cost you more because in the end, you're technically doing the same amount of lumber. The labor does go up. In my case, I am the labor, so it's not a huge monetary loss. It's a time loss. But overall, it gives me the ability to do something that's going to really, make my house a lot more efficient and very minor inconvenience for me to frame rafters post sheathing and post roof framing. So that's the big reason why I'm not doing rafters or rafter tails, excuse me. And obviously, as we go forward, I'll tell you guys like how it goes, how it works, and all that other stuff to see if this is something that's going to be worth your while. Again, I'm new to this, so it's kind of an experimental thing that I'm doing here. But from the research that I've done, Matt Reisinger is kind of where I got the idea from. It's definitely something that I'm excited about. So we'll just see how it goes. But I wanted to hop on here and explain the actual values behind me not framing rafter tails and why I'm doing it. Because I do believe in if you can make a simple tweak to the way you build and get a substantial energy savings or even more efficiency with your home as its entirety, I think you should maybe go for it, give it a shot. So I'll keep you guys updated as to how it works and check some energy specs once everything's done and see what we're looking at. So overall, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, I would appreciate you subscribing, liking the video. That really helps me out. I would appreciate it. And if you know anybody that would be interested in this type of content, if you want to share it with them, that would be awesome and I'd appreciate it. But that's all for now, and I will see you guys on the next video. I appreciate it.